Good day. This is Michael Bender from the Center for Fiscal Equity. These are comments which were presented in writing to the Budget Committee regarding the President's budget for fiscal year 2023. Earlier this month, the committee held a hearing on ensuring that women can thrive in a post-pandemic economy. My comments were based on last year's proposals with recommendations on how these can be enacted. Please take a second look at these as you consider the President's 2023 budget proposals. They should also be the central focus of Build Back Better, other items delayed until the midterm elections. The current Democratic majority is not robust enough to pass them at this time, nor should they be passed if it is at the cost of securing a permanent refundable child tax credit. So, take care of the women first and take care of the environment after, because the women give us the environment. The President's budget also reportedly includes tax law modifications, including increasing the corporate income tax rate to 28%. Our comprehensive reform, this is a good move. The pass-through capital gains and dividend rates should match this rate, and the ACA Affordable Care Act surtax repealed accordingly. Rates are essentially at 23.8% now. In a perfect world, a bipartisan 26% rate could be passed with the promise to quit revising the issue every 4 years, or revisiting the issue every 4 years. I doubt that the minority would go along with this. Both sides raise too much money, like ping pong with tax rates. Heaven forbid we could find some kind of stability. A key feature of my proposals for distributing benefits to families through the child tax credit, health benefits, child care benefits, and expanding leave are found in my proposed tax reform plan, which replaces corporate income, pass-through, and sole propriety tax subsidies with a uniform employer-paid subtraction VAT, value-added, or net business receipts tax. The latest iteration of the whole plan is attached, and that's from December of last year. A key element that must be highlighted again is our proposed asset value-added tax, which will replace capital gains, dividend, and interest taxation at preferred rates. It would only have one rate, 28%, although, again, I would urge a bipartisan 26% rate, and would be collected with each payment or transaction. It would be marked to market at initial public offering, option exercise, and the first sale after inheritance, gift, or donation. The only exception would be sales to broad-based employee stock ownership plans. There's already such a carve-out in capital gains taxes for ESOP conversions. This benefit should be eligible for all sales to ESOPs, including those that are publicly traded. This constitutes a tax cut that Republicans should support. Taxing transactions rather than year-end results ends tax benefits that reward failure. Our plan separates distribution of benefits, asset-cation, and a goods and services tax from taxing wealth and salaries. So they're two different things. You don't get to say, I took a loss. I don't want to pay tax on my six-figure salary. No. So while salary taxes can be added to our proposed subtraction VAT as a surtax to it, there would be no offset for taking strategic losses. Again, quit subsidizing failure with the tax code. Enacting a goods and services tax, which allows for border adjustability on exports and full taxation on imports, assures that everyone pays taxes. The child tax credit should be high enough for families to pay such taxes without pause, along with increased minimum wages. So enacting such a tax would allow the end of the inheritance tax. Inherited assets would be taxed when sold, and not until then, so family businesses and farms would be held harmless. So also end the need to retain preferred retirement accounts and life insurance policies designed for tax avoidance, aside from those favoring employee ownership, of course. There is no evading a goods and services tax. It's the best billionaire tax there is. I fully support increasing NATO spending and direct military aid to Ukraine. I had favored a diplomatic solution yielding the eastern portion of the country to Russia as long as the remainder could join NATO. Comrade Vlad, in the face of having his army killed, has reduced his war aim to just those territories. He lost the right to set terms, however, when he started bombing Ukrainian cities for no strategic reason. It's the ultimate act of stupidity is to bomb civilians when you don't want those parts of the world. The budget needs one more addition. Poland needs some new aircraft so that it can transfer its Russian fleet to Ukraine. Add this item, or have it enacted as a supplemental. Ukraine needs the aircraft to destroy the ability of Russian artillery to shell civilian population centers. These planes cannot be based in either Germany or Poland, but with the right anti-missile systems, some kind of airfield could be built in Ukraine. Put a Patriot battery on the shopping list. Just talking about these, including questions for Budget Director Young, which I hope were made when I submitted these comments yesterday, could convince Putin to stop shelling civilian targets. It is time to increase the pressure and explore the question of whether Russian nuclear forces are as pathetic as its invasion force. If so, appeasement must end. Yesterday. So we will find out if the aircraft sale would stop the shelling, and that might stop the shelling. But we should talk about it, and talk about it in the budget process. Because if we do, Putin may take the hint. Because his army would be killed a lot quicker with air support, and would probably also go into attacking the shelling positions, which is key. If you attack another country from inside your country, then those facilities are a valid war aim. If Ukraine has the proper aircraft, it will do so. Russia might be a paper tiger, so we should test that by endorsing the sale, or at least discussing it. That little bit is extra. That last little bit is in addition to my written comments, but I think they're appropriate. I'm underlining things, and I thank you for your time. If you're, please share this with members and staff. I'm posting it on YouTube, and if you are not, congressional member or staff, then there are the right links, and members of staff can also make comments and ask questions. I will respond, or you can. There's an address, so if there are official questions from the committee or staff members, I will answer those by email or an email. And again, I thank you for your time.